That's what you get for being mean to people. That's why we're doing now. Nice VR. Oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you I got more. You should like we have to go do the math. This one I added. I'm not gonna say what this one. That one you're good. I added that big. What? I was at very what? Oh, it hurts. Tell me what computer. You already started it? Oh my god. I didn't see that.
Okay, do not start looking at it and acting stupid. It's just
do it myself. What's he saying? He said no. We can like match the dance. Yes, what are you doing there? Because no one doesn't in the back. There's like a bald spot right there. It's like y'all can't eat more than that. Yeah. So right there. What's that shit? Why was 6 seconds? You can't buy it. I know. And I never played. I get bored. I always play Country Road. I got messed up. We're having announcements this period. Oh, we are. It's 7. Oh my gosh, it's a big deal. Announcement. You gotta fix your front, you gotta fix your front. She's like, she's like, I didn't see him there. You're such a stalker. I didn't know this. Okay, guys. I guess we're just gonna get started. They might be doing announcements toward the end. That's what she said. Alright, so I need your attention, and we're going to shift gears. We finished up last week with dimensional change, so at this point we should all be comfortable with scale factor and how scale factor affects perimeter, area, and volume. And we're going to move on now. So, I know my art skills are fantastic. So I drew a tree, and actually in second period I tried to draw a tree house in the tree, and it was pretty much a massive fail. So, we're not going to draw the tree house in the tree, but let's pretend like there's a tree house up there. Now, most of the time, if you have a treehouse in a tree, you have to obviously have a way to get up to your treehouse. So usually one of two things happens. You either get pieces of wood and just nail it into the tree trunk to climb up the trunk, or you somehow build a ladder and you can climb up the ladder to get your tree. So I drew a ladder here. Here's my ladder. It's leaning against the tree down to the ground so people can just, walk on up to their treehouse. If you notice, the tree right here, the ladder right here, and if you think of an imaginary line across the bottom, this forms what shape? Triangle.
It is a triangle. What type?
A right.
A right triangle, right? We have a right angle right here, and we have a right triangle. Today, you guys are in your groups, and what's going to happen is I'm going to give each group a different colored piece of paper. Some groups will only get one, like, this yellow one is just one sheet. Some might have 2, like blue has 2, green has 3. You'll be getting a different colored task or tasks at each group. You'll have about 5 minutes at each group to do the tasks that I've given you. I'm going to give you a hint. All of the tasks have to do with right triangles, kind of like the picture I drew up here of our tree house. And more specifically, they all have to do with finding sides of right triangles. So an example, if I were to tell you how tall this tree is, why is my pen not working again? If I was to tell you the height of the tree, and if I were to tell you the distance between the base of the tree and the ladder, we're going to be trying to find missing lengths. So possibly like the length of the ladder, or if I gave you the ladder and the tree, maybe the distance from the base of the tree to the ladder. You're going to be finding missing sides of your triangles. Every task that you have somehow involves right triangles somewhere in the task. Let me give you a warning. Some of these you may be unsure about. You might look at this and go, I have no idea how I'm supposed to find this missing link, because this isn't something that we've talked about yet. So what your task is going to be with your group is to kind of work through these, try things, experiment, see if you can come up with any sort of rule, any pattern that you see with these problems that involve right triangles. If you are completely stumped, try stuff. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. This is more an exploration for you, so that when you get through all 5 rotations, you should be starting to have a little bit of a better understanding of the size of right triangles than before. You should be starting to see some patterns, maybe starting to come up with some rules, testing those out, and see what you can get. Okay? What I need is one person in each group to just have a plain piece of binder paper and a pencil. We're going to turn in one piece for the group. As you rotate, listen carefully. Listen carefully. As you rotate through your groups, let's say you're at the group that has the orange task. On your paper, just write orange, and then you will do any work to help solve that task. So by the time you're done, you'll have orange, red, green, blue, and yellow written on your paper with the work shown. You may not finish every task. 5 minutes might not be enough. That's okay. Get as much done as you can at each table before I tell you to rotate. When I say rotate, we're going to go counterclockwise around the room. Yellow group, you're going to need, when you get over to the yellow table, you are going to need construction paper and a ruler and scissors for that group. So I'll leave that over there. Actually, let me go ahead and put yellow. Like I said, I cannot warn you enough that these may be tricky. These may not be something that you can just jump right in and do. That's okay. I want you trying and discovering. So here is your task you guys can start. You guys are going to start with orange. You guys are going to start with green. You guys are going to be red. And you guys are going to start with blue. Okay, you have about, orange. You guys have 5 minutes. Oh, sorry. You have 5 minutes until I tell you to rotate. Go ahead and get started. Work together with your group. Some of your group members may have knowledge about right triangles. Some of you may not. Work together. We know. What's your last name?